Okay, today we're going to be talking about Ravencrest Emblems. So there's a couple easy ways, well, semi-easy ways to get some Ravencrest Emblems pretty fast by focusing a couple things. Now you're going to need Ravencrest Emblems, a lot of emblems to upgrade your house. Each of the rooms require Ravencrest Emblems, the house upgrades itself require Ravencrest Emblems, so you're going to need a lot of these. Now, again, like I said, there's a few different things that are under your control other than roaming the world and trying to find random ones that are hidden treasures. And you could do this by crafting. You can go into each crafting profession, and every single time you craft something new that you've never crafted before, you'll get a Ravencrest emblem. So what I recommend is the profession you chose and you're leveling up as your primary, if there's some things that you haven't crafted yet, I would go through and craft them all. And then in some of your sub professions that aren't your main, I would go through and craft the ones you can. So if you're only level 1, that's fine, just craft the level 1 things. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend leveling everything up right off the rip. I would continue to focus your main profession and get it as high as possible to get to some of the higher crafts, because one, it might be cheaper for you to get your own armor that way, or if you want to make some money later, if it's still profitable, you'd rather get there sooner than later. And the way crafting's set up in the game at the moment, there's an oversupply, so if you start crafting in every profession, you're going to push your oversupply, and it's going to kind of stunt your growth in your main profession. If that's something you don't care about, well, then by all means, go ahead and start leveling everything up and get your emblems, and that's that. It's worth noting that if you at least wait till a higher legacy level, your oversupply will be increased and the lower professions will be a lot easier to level, so you can speedrun some of the earlier levels. I use a Ravencrest emblem tracker. It's an Excel spreadsheet that I got randomly from somebody. I don't know who the maker is, but I'll put a link to it in the description below, and this is what it looks like. Basically just lists everything that you can craft, and then after you've crafted it, you can select the drop down and change it to yes, you've crafted, and that way you can keep track of all the emblems that you've earned so far and you don't double craft something that you've already done. It'll also tell you the total you can earn in that profession, so you kind of shoot for a goal and see what the end result is going to be in terms of total emblems. The next way to get emblems is going to be through finishing journal entries. Every time you finish a journal entry, you're going to get Ravencrest emblems. So this is something super easy to target specific journal entries that you haven't completed to get a pretty decent amount of emblems. I believe you get about 7 for each journal entry completed. The last way to earn emblems that we're going to talk about in this video is through dynamic events. Every time you finish a dynamic event for the first time, you will get emblems. So as you're traveling through the world, if a new dynamic event pops up that you've never done before, make sure you run over to it and complete it. It's worth it. You'll get some emblems, some experience, you might get some items, but that's another way that you can kind of focus on getting some emblems. If you've seen some dynamic events pop up before and you just chose not to do them, but you know where their location is, you can kind of target and show up every now and then to see if the dynamic event is popped, and then do it. Thanks for watching. If you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on the video. Also, come check me out live on Twitch. The link is in the description below.